So it's not just about talking about your different work responsibilities that you've done.
So based on your experience, I'm sure you must have probably reviewed tons of CV based on what you do. Now, what are the things you think, or the common mistake you think people make on their CV that's probably...
A lot of candidates are facing a challenge called aligning themselves to the job.
Now, hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy again, Daniel. In this video, I'm going to share with you some of the things if you're trying to get a tech job or any job at all in the UK, in the US, any part of the world. I'm going to begin an amazing person on this video right now who is a tech recruiter. She's going to share with us some of the things recruiters look out for on your CV, what are the things they expect you to display during your job interviews, and many others. So if you're looking for a job or you're planning to transition into tech, then this is the right video for you. Don't go anywhere, keep watching till the end. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, come on, hit the subscribe button to join the amazing Coin family. My returning subscribers, you guys are amazing. Thank you for being here. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Hi Nicole, thank you for joining in, and it's really amazing to have you on board. So Nicole, I'm just going to start with you introducing yourself, what you do, and just for people who are watching this video to know exactly who is on the screen at the moment.
Okay, thank you so much, Daniel. It's really a pleasure to be here in your video. I'm really super humbled. So my name is Nicole Caroline, and basically a recruiter as well as a career coach who recently started her own company called Kazini Consults. And with this company, we tend to act as an information bridge for tech professionals who are looking to transition, their careers into technologies and are also looking to maybe relocate abroad but are stuck and do not know where to start from and, how to navigate the job market. So this is a little bit about what I do and who I am. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Thanks so much, Nicole. Yes, I'm just going to go straight into some of the questions that have been asked by quite a number of people. Now, majority of those who watch my channel are people who are trying to either transition into tech or probably transitioning into a different job role compared to what they've got experience. And one of the things many people tell me is, oh, they get contacted by recruiters, they send their CV, and they get ghosted. They probably don't get back or hear back from their recruiters or the potential, employer on LinkedIn or various platforms. So I just felt I should ask a couple of questions. Now, as a recruiter yourself, what are the basic things you look out for on a potential applicant or an applicant CV when it comes to, referring them to your clients or to a potential employer?
Okay. Thank you so much for that question. So there are usually a lot of things that personally, if at all I'm recruiting for a position, there are a lot of things that I put into consideration before considering someone's experience. Now, as much as it also is understandable, let's say, for example, if this person maybe has been in a different domain and now they're trying to transition to tech, obviously, they'll not have that much of work experience. Sure. But one of the key things that we look at, obviously, is the work experience, depending on also what the client is looking for. So most of the times, people always have this misconception that, if at all I'm with a recruiter, then it's an obvious case that they're going to get me a job, but that's not how it works, so we have to follow exactly what the client wants. So for example, if the client is looking for experience, that is one of the things that I look at, depending on also the kind of position that I'm sourcing for, assuming, let's say it's a design kind of role, maybe a UX designer and things of that sort, your portfolio will need to come in handy. Besides just your work experience on the CV, what are some of the different projects that you've participated in? How have you resolved those problems? And how are you showcasing your work in form of a portfolio? So we look out for that. And we equally even look at your LinkedIn profile. How active are you on LinkedIn? Are you just there very dormant and, you're not bothering to maybe post a little bit of content for you to be found? What exactly are you showcasing there? So those are some of the few basic things that I would say I look out for before actually considering this person. And then even the type of skill sets, what kind of skills do you have? Is it also aligning with what they are looking
What?
for or not? So yeah, those are some of the few basics.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing that. Honestly, the LinkedIn part, I got to know that quite a bit late during my job search here in the UK. Remember when I came to the UK a couple of about over 2 years ago, and I had a very dormant LinkedIn, and I got quite a number of people, sending me emails and saying, "Oh, we like what you've got on your CV. However, you're not active on LinkedIn. We can see some of the values you're dishing out in relation to your profession." And I felt, all right, it's time for me to build my LinkedIn page. I eventually did, and a couple of months after I did that, it really got me quite, a number of invite from recruiters asking, "Oh, we saw you do this. We could see some of the posts you make on LinkedIn, and we think you're actually very good at this, and we'd like to, give you some opportunities for you to, get into a more well-paid job, so to say." Yeah,
Yeah.
so I know a lot of people are trying to get to the tech space, and you being a tech recruiter, I just want to ask, what are the opportunities you think are available in the tech space? We've got obviously different job roles in the tech space, data analytics, software development, and what have you. Now, based on your experience and based on your clientele, what are the opportunities you think are well available in the tech space? What job roles do you think people can harness, build their skills in, and they are guaranteed that there will be a lot of opportunities for them in that field?
Okay, so a few of the positions, for example, I'll mention maybe some of the few positions that I'm working on currently and are even offering the opportunity to relocate. One of the common fields is the UX designer kind of positions. For example, being a UX designer, graphics designer, anything related to design, because there are so many technologies that are coming out in that domain on a day-to-day basis. And now a lot of companies are even fighting, or startup companies, for example, are even fighting for some of those good candidates that they can scoop into these roles. So the opportunities are very many, and most of them are even willing to pay you 10 times more than what the common companies such as Google, Microsoft are paying you, just for you to have those skills. And they're also offering relocation. Some other ones are also in the line of, software developers, software engineers, basically full stack, back end, front end, things of that sort. It's also on a huge demand, especially, in the markets of the US, Canada, UK. They are really there. So if someone can also be able to harness those opportunities and drive themselves towards those angles, then the sponsorship opportunities are so much in plenty. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's really fascinating. Okay, yeah. So based on your experience, I'm sure you must have probably reviewed tons of CV based on what you do. Now, what are the things you think, or the common mistake you think people make on their CV that probably don't get them to get interview invites or even being considered for any job role they apply for?
Okay. Okay. So one of the common things that I will point out, or one unique thing that I also got to discover recently, is a lot of candidates are facing a challenge called aligning themselves to the job. Now, I think we've all heard about this, right? You've also heard about it. You go to different places and they tell you, please align yourself with the job description. Now, one thing that I came to learn is that alignment does not just mean your skills and qualifications. It goes beyond that, because there are very many different aspects that companies look out for that you need to be able to align yourself with. Now, I'll give an example. For example, previously, I think that was a month back, there was a position that I was recruiting for, and that was for a UX designer for a startup company based in the US, right? Now, one of the key things, or one of the main mistakes why they were rejecting a lot of candidates for that position, is because, number one, they are a web-based company. So meaning that all their work is featured on web, nothing related to mobile. Now, a lot of the CVs that were coming in, even though, yes, they had the design experience, but they were presenting mobile portfolios, which was not aligning with the requirements of the job. So that was something that was a huge mistake that was making these people reject them. And then on top of that also, they were looking at a portfolio having a lot of game design experience, because they are specializing in game design. So again, if you're going to present your portfolio to them, which is maybe an e-commerce portfolio, if I can say that as an example, then you're not aligning yourself with them. You need to be able to speak the same language that they are speaking in order for them to identify you in them. That is one of the ways that you can be able to stand, to stand out of the box. And then another common mistake as well that I see to become very general on their CVs. For example, now let's say you have like maybe 20 years of experience, which is not bad, but that does not mean that you need to throw in each and every different kind of job role that you've had in so many different domains that are not what this requirement is looking for. So sometimes you'll find someone is applying for a full stack developer position, but they are bringing in IT technician, they are bringing in marketing where they worked at previously, they are bringing in logistics. So at the end of the day, you are a jack of all trades. Where exactly do you lie? You don't align with the requirements of the job. So those are some of the few mistakes that a lot of people make. And then again, even on the other side as well, people don't even take the time to include the links of their LinkedIn profile as well as even their portfolio. If you have a portfolio, put those on your LinkedIn profile. I remember there's a time I came across a CV. This guy had a very, very amazing CV, but he had no LinkedIn profile. He had no portfolio link. And sometimes some of them don't even put their contact details. So again, how do you expect me to reach out to you if you do not have those basic informations needed on your CV, So just like that, you end up missing it out. And I'll summarize with just this one small tip. Another mistake as well that a lot of candidates make is assuming, let's say, for example, you're applying for a position that requires relocation. I've faced this so many times with so many candidates. So you'll find that during the pre-screening process, we tend to ask these candidates, okay, do you have a passport? Because with this position, you're going to be required to relocate to such and such a place. And then somebody tells you, unfortunately, no, ma'am, I don't have a passport, but I'm going to work on it. Nobody has time to wait for you. So just like that, you miss out on it. So those are some of the common mistakes. Yeah.
Wow, that's really rich. Thank you so much for sharing that, Nicole. And honestly, I think aligning one CV to the job description is really one of the things, top-notch tips I also personally share with people trying to get into the tech space. Yeah, you mentioned earlier that your organization also offer a coaching program. Would you like to give a details? Probably there's someone watching this video who would like to, be a part of the coaching program. What are the process like?
Okay. So yeah, we do offer quite a couple of different coaching programs, but I'll just point out on one. So we have a program called Career Espresso, and in this program, it's basically a 2 months coaching program where we, discuss with the candidates, get to understand where they currently are and what exactly it is that they want to achieve, at the end of the coaching program. So we kind of tailor make these coaching sessions to be suitable for their current situations. So assuming, let's say you're looking to transition maybe from this particular career maybe to the other one, we kind of tailor these coaching sessions to help you navigate to that and actually move to, a different profession that you're looking for. And even those that have also been unemployed, we've also worked with a couple of candidates who have been, out of the job market for quite some time, and we've helped them to navigate. So I've worked with quite a couple of candidates, and most of them have even ended up getting jobs within the UN. in Africa here, different parts of Africa. And also we've worked with a few as well from Europe. So yeah, the coaching program, it's a 2 month coaching program, and we organize it in form of cohorts. So we just finished the previous one, that was in June. So we'll be opening the registration link for the next participants around September. That will be next month. So yeah, so then we'll begin to accept applications for whoever is interested in that program. But if people are interested, I can equally maybe share my Telegram link, where we will get to share more details about the program from the group.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And I know there are quite a number of things people are definitely going to learn from you. Being a first-hand recruiter, you definitely will to point them in the right direction towards their transition into tech or whichever new career plan they're trying to have. So thank you so much, Nicole, for sharing that. So lastly, I would just like you to just briefly share some of the things you think applicants should pay attention to. If I've got a lot of people who have been able to get to the interview stage and they eventually don't get those jobs. So when it comes to going for interviews, what are the tips and tricks you think people should pay attention to during their interviews?
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. So interviews is quite also another nerve-wracking situation for so many people. So yeah, I think one of the things that I would point out, and this might actually sound so silly, but I'll mention it anyway. One of the things that has made some people fail to navigate the interview process or to get the job is excitement. Now, what do I mean by excitement? Like, there's a time I remember, I was part of an interview session where I was also together with the clients interviewing this candidate. And it was actually a very, very amazing opportunity that was, going to pay them like all those benefits and relocation and all that stuff. But, when this candidate was expressing himself, he was not excited. He did not sound excited. Now, what do I mean by, sounding excited? Of course, you shouldn't jump all over the place and, exaggerate. But, something like, oh my God, I'm super excited to have this opportunity to talk about this role. Thank you so much. I can't wait to join your company, and, things of that sort. That is what they were looking for. But unfortunately, this guy was so dull. Like, this was like, okay, thank you. And like, he was too serious.
Yeah.
And just because of that, he did not get that job.
Wow.
They were late, and they were actually good because they even gave him feedback. They sent him an email and told him, we actually really liked you because you nailed each and every interview phase. But unfortunately, we did not take you simply because we just didn't see any excitement. And that was one tip that I learned, because no company wants to work with somebody who does not have vigor for them, or who is not enthusiastic to work with them, because that means you're not going to get out of your comfort zone to really bring in the solution that they're looking for them. So that's one tip. The other one is, make yourself valuable to them. Now, your CV, of course, is going to explain all that to them. But then again, the interview is where you showcase your value. So one thing that, I usually tell a lot of people is the reason as to why job descriptions exist in the first place is not because you are looking for a job and you're unemployed, but it's because the company has a pain that they're looking to resolve. So how are you making yourself their solution, the solution to that pain? So if their pain is, let's say, maybe, for example, looking for someone to help them develop good and attractive websites, maybe for their clients and things of that sort, how is you coming in as a solution going to be of benefit to them? That's what is going to help you to stand out. So it's not just about talking about your different work responsibilities that you've done, but pick, certain specific situations that showcase your value in a unique way, and that is what you bring in the interview process. And then maybe the last one that I can say is, so when it comes to as well, things relating to the salary negotiation and all of that, most of the times I also usually tell people, before they ask you maybe what your pay is, what is your expected pay and things of that sort, bounce it back to them. You ask them, okay, so, depending on the requirements of this job and whatnot, what exactly is your budget for this role? So that way you get to hear what they have to propose first before you jumping in to bring out your figure. Because sometimes you may bring out your figure and you may end up underselling yourself or overselling yourself. But if you bounce it back to them, at least it helps you capture their information to use it to your advantage. Yeah.
That's true. Wow, that's really, really detailed. Thank you so much, Nicole, for everything you shared. So, for those who would like to join, the startups or the companies Telegram page, or you want to have a chat with Nicole and her team, I'm going to put a link in the description of this video. So we'll have a chat and then get you, in conversation or in a chat with Nicole and her team. So thanks so much, Nicole, for joining in. It's really an honor to have you on board. Honestly, some of the things you shared here would definitely make a difference in, so many people's application going forward. Lastly, there was a conversation we had in regard to a particular conference happening in London. And, for people who are outside the UK, who would like to come to the UK for this particular, conference, please would like to share a little bit light on that, please.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. So we've been invited. So there's going to be a conference actually that will be taking place in London towards November this year. And the conference is called Going Global. That's the name of the organization that is hosting this conference. So it's basically an exhibition aimed at SME, small enterprise businesses and startup organizations that are within the consulting space, that can utilize this space to talk about themselves and also to be able to network with like-minded companies and professionals. So we have been invited to take part in this exhibition to talk about ourselves and our services. And our topic of discussion is going to be majorly within the talent acquisition sector. So we are going to be talking about it both on the side of the candidates as well as the companies. So we actually having opportunities if there's anyone who is looking to move to the UK. So we have already gotten a few people on our team that we have helped who will be joining us to move to the UK through this exhibition. So if there's anyone who is interested, this would definitely be a good opportunity for you, because it's going to help you to be able to network with so many other different companies and professionals in the same room to help you, take your career to the next level. So we will be definitely providing all the details and more still within the Telegram group for anyone who is interested in moving to the UK. And they are not in the UK right now.
Oh, that's really sound. Thanks so much, Nicole. I think people would have a lot to think about after watching this particular video. I really appreciate you for coming on board. Thank you so much. So, guys, if you want to have a one-to-one chat with Nicole, or you want to join the Telegram group to get full details on the coaching program, how to move into the UK through this conference, then definitely want to click on the link in the description below. And trust me, guys, you're going to get loads of values from Nicole and our team. So, guys, and if you're coming across my channel, or if you find this video resourceful, click on the like button, hit the subscribe button to join the amazing Going family. And so this will be the end of this video, guys, and I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Thank you.